Zimmer. Mike Zimmer. He seems to be the conversation of Vikings Twitter over the past couple of weeks. There's a huge debate going on, and I think it's becoming way one-sided in the wrong direction. I think there is a majority of Vikings fans who feel as Mike Zimmer should be gone. He should be fired. And I'm here to tell you I disagree. And as you guys see by the title, Mike Zimmer should not be fired yet. I think it is ridiculous, and I think it is frankly stupid to think Mike Zimmer should be fired right now or within, honestly, the next couple of weeks. I just think it's ridiculous, and I think it's stupid. However, I do understand where that viewpoint is coming from. Before I get into my whole spiel and all the notes I have and all the stats I have for the Vikings this season, I do understand that it is frustrating with this team. But I don't think the frustration we are seeing and we are feeling on the field every Sunday is correlated with our head coach. I think I have been on him. I think he has been not as good as he should be this year, but he shouldn't be fired. I have a ton of stats, I have a ton of information that I think you guys should understand. And I understand most of you guys will come into this video thinking one way, that no matter what, Zimmer should be fired. I'm just asking, be open-minded, hear what I got to say, and I think, honestly, it is pretty ridiculous to have Mike Zimmer fired right now. Let's get into it. So starting off with, we're going to start at the beginning of the year. We're going to start off why I just don't see why you would fire a defensive head coach after 5 weeks of the season. So let's start with defensive side of the ball. The Vikings from week 17 of last season to week 1 of this season, they had 8 new defensive starters. That right there alone, I'm not saying it deserves an excuse. I'm not saying it deserves, 8 new defensive starters, we can just write off the whole first 5 weeks. But however, I think you can give an asterisk to the Bengals and Cardinals' performance from the defense. This defense never played with each other. You had Danielle Hunter coming off an injury, Eric Kendricks coming off an injury, still no Anthony Barr, and you have a bunch of new guys who are still trying to figure it out, and some of them played preseason, some of them didn't. But that full 11 was still trying to figure it out. And if we're taking big plays for the Bengals game, the Bashaud Breeland touchdown given up by Jamar Chase, that was just Breeland being an idiot. That was just Breeland just not being in the right state of mind. He didn't understand. That was not on Zimmer. But still, Zimmer's defense held them to 27 points, should have been 24 points, and a win on the road in Cincinnati if Dalvin Cook didn't fumble. And I'll get to those big plays later. But then next week in Arizona, yes, the defense gave up a lot of points. They had a defensive touchdown that game, and they also were able to get 2 3-and-outs against the Arizona Cardinals offense. I'm not saying that's incredible, but I'm not saying that's a great defensive performance, but for having 8 new defensive starters and still having a chance to win the game, understanding that it is a shootout, the Vikings adapted to that. And look, they were at a 37-yard field goal away from victory. I can't really put that on Zimmer again. Now let's just get to the stats from the year, because last year the stats of this defense were awful. Vikings are 9th in points per game right now in the NFL. They are top 10 scoring defense in the NFL right now, and that includes a defense who went up against the Arizona Cardinals' high-powered offense. Everybody loves them. A Browns offense who just hung 42 points on the road against the LA Chargers, and they held a Joe Burrow and Cincinnati pretty high explosive offense to only 24, and they also went against Russell Wilson. If we're just talking about the offenses the Vikings have played this year, Bengals, I would consider them a top 10 offense, probably around the 9 to 10 range. Cardinals, I would consider them a top 5 offense. Seahawks, with Russell Wilson, I would consider them a top 10 offense. Browns, I would consider them also a top 10 offense. And the Vikings are at 9th in scoring defense. 3 straight home games of allowing 20 points or less. That is improvement. That is Zimmer, and I think this is also going to be a correlation where I don't want to move off Zimmer yet, because he is finally getting this chance to get these 11 guys on defense, getting them chemistry, getting Barr back. Barr is huge. I have been critical of Barr, but I've been watching him more and not watching just the stat sheet. Barr does so much more than people think, than just get tackles, than just fill lanes. He is incredible when it's just playing football. He's got a natural gift. So getting Barr back is huge. And this defense, it's going to stay dominant. This defense, I'm telling you, if you guys just stay patient with Mike Zimmer and myself, because I've been preaching this for the past couple of days, what this defense has special in them. I am more confident right now, which is crazy to think about. If we were talking about this after week 2 this year, I am more confident in the defense than I am with the offense. Because the defense, they've gotten this much better each game. You get this much better, you get this much better, you get this much better, and what do you know? At the end of the season, you are this much better. Mike Zimmer, he's an elite defensive mind. I get you may have his problems with not going for it last week. I'm pissed about that. That's where I can be critical of Mike Zimmer. That was a bonehead decision not to go for it with 2 timeouts and 40 seconds left against the Detroit Lions. I think more of the problem with the Vikings is the on the offensive side of the ball and their philosophy. And I'll be getting into that. I'll have a video on the Vikings offensive philosophy and just the philosophy they have as a team tomorrow. But my last point on the Mike Zimmer firing and why I think it's stupid. We are 5 games into the season. We have played 4 of the top 10 offenses in the NFL. The Vikings are second in sacks at 17. Second in sacks. This is a team who had 23 sacks last year. They are already at 17. They are top 10 in scoring defense. They are top 5 in third down percentages on defense. And you guys, the Vikings public, thinks it's on Zimmer. He is finally getting this defense back. He is finally getting all 11 guys that he wants out there. He is still figuring it out with Brashad Breeland and Cameron Dantzler. And this defense is getting that much better every week. It's just that much better. And I promise you right now, I will be getting comments on this video from all you guys saying, it doesn't matter about the defense. It's just time to move on. It's his time's over. And I get that. And I say, if we lose this week and then we lose out of the bye against Dallas, we lose both them games, I'll be out of arguments. But when the Vikings go into Carolina and they beat them 30-7, and all those Zimmer haters and all those people who want Zimmer fired, and you're going to be looking up, and the Vikings got the 7th ranked defense. They're top 5 still in third down percentage. They're probably going to be first in sacks after the Vikings D-line absolutely dominates the Carolina Panthers offensive line. And we're going to be 3-3 at the bye, and a missed field goal and a Dalvin Cook fumble away from 5-1. I will wait. I am putting myself, and I'm putting my opinion out on the line because I think it's ridiculous that Mike Zimmer should be fired right now. When the Vikings go into Carolina, beat them 30-7 this week, and when Cowboys come in Sunday night, the most high-powered offense in the league, I think another great offense the Vikings defense is going against. When Mike Zimmer puts a number on their defense, on their offense at home on that Sunday night, and the Vikings are sitting at 4-3 and 2 plays away from being 6-1, come back to this video. Come back to this video. Let me know what you guys think down below. I do not think Mike Zimmer should be fired for all those reasons. See you guys next time. Skol Vikes.